Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Sunday the 23rd of October today. And I'm going to be picking two cards. I've got my tarot pack here. This is the Crystal Tarot, which I do really like actually. There's some beautiful cards in here. So I'm going to be picking two cards out of this pack to give you a message today. If this is your first time joining me, thank you. And please do like and subscribe to my channel. I'm here every day, or hopefully I will be here every day, giving out messages to help us, guide us through the day. So we've just moved into Scorpio season, as I'm sure you know, which is a very transformational time for many. It suggests that we need to do some inner work and really take on board maybe looking at our shadow selves and always to help us and move us forward help us move towards a higher version of ourselves. So I'll be very interested to see what cards come out for the start of Scorpio season. I won't spoil it. I won't suggest anything just in case it's wrong. Okay, we've got the Knight of Swords. I'm going to just pick another card as well to go with him. I think we had the Knight of Swords a couple of days ago, actually. For those of you that have been watching through the week, I can't remember what day it was, but I know we saw the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of that kind of feisty energy, shall we say? Right, who's with him? Who's with him? The Ace of Swords. Okay, so we've got two cards in the same suit. So we've got the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords, and I'm just looking to see where the Knight of Swords sword actually is, because I can't see it, which is interesting because I didn't realise that before. So maybe he's actually going off in search of it, and there it is, of course. Okay, so when Ace is, I'm going to start with the Ace for some reason. I feel a little bit hesitant talking about this Knight. And the reason I feel hesitant is not because I don't know what the card is, it's because that's the energy that they're giving off. Even though they're charging into a situation, they seem a little bit hesitant and a little bit unsure. So the Ace of Swords, Aces come when there are new beginnings, and there certainly are lots of changes and transformations coming up at the moment. But I do feel that this is very much relating to our mind and our way of thinking, all right? So I'm getting two very conflicting energies when I'm looking at these cards. For the Knight, I'm getting a little bit of, I would say confusion, but I almost feel like being in situations that they've got themselves in, but I sort of think, why am I in this? Why am I in this situation? Do you ever get where you have an argument with someone and think, how did this even start? How am I here? How am I in this situation again? And it's that kind of, let's say, exasperation that comes with suddenly finding yourself charged into a situation, and maybe if you thought about it, you wouldn't have gone down that route, okay? And I'm also getting a message about repeating the same cycles over and over and over again, all right? The Knights come up, and I would say they portray an immature or younger adolescent type energy. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have got a younger adolescent energy person around you. It could actually mean an aspect of you. And I'm saying that very much in the understanding that, you know, I've got that kind of energy too, because sometimes I find myself, and I think this happens with families, you know, just snapping and sounding very much like a stroppy teenager, and I don't mean to, but that's just kind of learned behaviour that I've learned from when I was younger, and probably a little bit more trappy than I am now, although many people would probably argue that I am still a little bit trappy, but it's that kind of thing of are repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. So I feel the message with the Knight of Swords is to look at that. Where do you repeat the same cycles? Where do you go barging into a situation and think, oh no, I've done it again? Have you got teenage children and that you know, despite your best efforts, you end up arguing with them? Or when you're with your parents, even though you're a grown-up adult, do you still behave in that kind of, you know, do you revert back to being stroppy teenager? I'm sure my mum's watching this and zipping up and saying, oh no, you don't possibly do that, Claire. You know, but we all have that aspect of our personality, and I feel the Ace of Swords is coming in to say, well, you know what, we can actually change our way of thinking. We don't have to do this. We don't have to be this way. And I feel the Ace is literally this Knight finding his sword and cutting those ties. And when I say cutting ties, I don't mean not seeing those people that you get into those situations with. I mean cutting ties with whatever it is that makes you that person, yeah? Because we all behave differently, don't we? We are one person, but you know, the people you go to work with, the people you live with, and your family that you maybe only see occasionally, they've all got an image of you in their head, and you probably behave differently around them all. So it's almost like picking your favourite personality traits of yourself and going, you know what, that's what I'm going to go with, because I don't want to keep going into these same situations in the same way. And I'm immediately, I got Christmas in my head then, because it is about this time, isn't it? That, you know, we call it Christmas, Americans call it the holiday season, but, you know, it is gearing up of, well, what we're going to do, and the idea of, a lot of people dread it because it's the same cycle repeating and repeating and repeating. So maybe this year is a time to start thinking and doing things differently. Now that does take some very harsh energy sometimes, and that Ace is very much about, you know, no, this is the new way, and making a very distinctive cut from the past. But again, as I say, that can just be the aspect of your personality, or, you know, maybe it is actually cutting ties with the past and for once and for all just letting something go. We have eclipse energy coming up as well, very powerful changes taking place. So, you know, with all these universe energies going on, along with this Scorpio season of trying to get us to transform and lose a lot of what no longer serves us, I really feel we're being called to step up when I see these cards. Okay, now I don't know if you can see, but in the sword card, there's actually the top of the sword is a crow. Crows are very wise. So if you're looking, or you're being guided by spirit animals, or if you see certain animals out and about and you see a crow, maybe you know, obviously have a think about that, because that actually could be a message. Seeing a crow, some people fear it, but it is that idea of changing, needing to change take place. You know, and they're very magical creatures as well. So, you know, if you are being guided or you see a crow, don't fear it, because it is just that lovely message that, yeah, you're on the right lines, you're in sync with the universe, and they're pointing you in the right direction. So, oh yeah, so there's some work to do there. You know, yesterday we were talking about finances and opportunities. This is a very different energy. This is about us and doing some inner work, which is what the Scorpio season is all about. If you want more tarot from me, if you look on my website, I've just written an article about the Scorpio season, so that should hopefully be going live either today or tomorrow. That's at clairechilvers.com, and on a Monday I usually put up a weekly tarot article as well for you to read, as well as these daily videos that I'm doing on YouTube. So there's lots of tarot stuff there from me, which I hope you do enjoy. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.